What is up guys? My name is the Eagle Source. You can hear the soundtrack in the background, so you know that it's Uncharted 3. We're playing one of those maps, Underground. If you are thick, i.e. if you're a Call of Duty commentator, you will not know that the Underground term refers to the London Underground system, the kind of metro underground transport network inside London. And there's a map called Underground in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and no Call of Duty commentator seems to understand that that comes from the name of the underground network in London, and everyone's like, oh, not very much of this map is underground, why is it called Underground? So I just thought I'd point that out, because it's frankly pissing me off that people can be so, you know, I mean, I suppose I kind of expect the Americans to be isolationist, no offense, I'm just messing with you, but I'm just a bit confused. I mean, do Call of Duty commentators not know what Wikipedia is? I'm just a theory. But this is Uncharted 3, the Uncharted 3 take on Underground, and it has innovation in it, as you can see. I mean, Call of Duty hasn't seen innovation since 1993, probably. I mean, I'm not too sure about that. I'll have to check my facts, but that's the last time I remember, you know, Call of Duty being innovative. I know my voice sounds a bit croaky, and I am a bit nasally, and I might sneeze several times throughout this commentary. That's because I'm sick. In case you couldn't work that out for yourself, I'm sure you could have done. But I mean, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. This grenade here, by the way, you know, casually killing me round walls. I'm really confused by that death, but that's what saved this gameplay from being a flawless. This gameplay isn't fantastic. I wanted to show you one of the dynamic maps, i.e. the maps that sort of move and then arrive and do some shit. I wanted to show you those maps, as opposed to showing you like a normal kind of stationary map, static map. So I picked this gameplay for that reason. It's a high KD, but it's low kill, and I only get that one death, so I mean, it's not the best gameplay in the world. I have some higher kill stuff. That's what I tend to prefer to post, because high kills tends to be more entertaining. But we'll see what people think. I mean, Uncharted 3, I've been wanting to post some Uncharted 3 in a long time now. Because, you know, I haven't posted Uncharted 3 in a while. Ooh, that was a nice turn on there. That was a nice move. The train's arriving in 3, 2, 1, and now you get to the static part of this map. This is what I mean by dynamic. It's quite cool, really. It's the kind of thing that Uncharted 3 is kind of known for, in my mind, in terms of the multiplayer. I do like this game a lot. I mean, I don't know whether I prefer it to other games, like, you know, Medal of Honor, Battlefield, Homefront, FIFA, you know, the list goes on, but, you know, of the games that I play, but I don't know whether I prefer it or not, but I do enjoy this game. I'm a bit disappointed. I don't really know. I mean, judging by the fact that Naughty Dog unleashed Last of Us, their new kind of survival horror game type thing, considering they released information about that, I can kind of indicates that they're not going to make another Uncharted, which is hugely disappointing, because I think that Naughty Dog can go a lot further in terms of the multiplayer, not so much in terms of the stories. The stories are fantastic. They're absolutely perfect. I'm pretty sure that's as far as you can go on the current hardware. Which kind of indicates, I don't know whether, you know, how long Sony are going to take before they start thinking about new hardware. I think the Wii U might pressure them into thinking about new hardware, and, you know, it's kind of like an arms race. Sony don't want the Xbox 360 PS3 situation to reoccur, where the Xbox 360 launches before the PS3, gets a sales head start. Sony do not want that to happen. And Microsoft don't want that to be reversed on them either, so maybe that will pressure them into getting new hardware, and that will kind of increase what we can expect from games. But I think as far as the current hardware goes, I think Uncharted stories are kind of where the margin of where we're going to go. But yeah, I mean, I love the stories. The multiplayer in Uncharted 2 is a bit of a turn-off. I don't really like it that much. It was okay. This game I really enjoy it. I like the dynamic maps type stuff. I like the variety in the gameplay as well, so it's an interesting one. I don't know whether I don't know what, you know, whether it, you know, what my ideas are for Uncharted 4. I might talk about that later, but I don't know whether it's going to be made. I mean, maybe they'll wait until new hardware to make a new Uncharted game. I don't know, but I think that the multiplayer really, I have some ideas for the multiplayer, but I don't think it's really worth warrant. It's like a warrant for a new game, maybe for some DLC or something like that. But it's interesting. We'll see what happens. I mean, judging by the whole Last of Us deal, I think they probably won't. But you know, it's interesting to think about it and ponder on these things. You know, in the same way that I ponder about Medal of Honor Warfighter in my Medal of Honor commentaries, I've got one more Medal of Honor gameplay stored up for you, which I might go into. You know, I might talk about something else, but a lot of people kind of get, you know, are thinking, you know, oh, there's going to be another Battlefield, there's going to be another Call of Duty, there's going to be another Medal of Honor all at once. I don't really think that's true. I think people are getting a bit sort of tripped over themselves. Battlefield games tend to release every 1.5 years, roughly. Bad Company 2 launched in March 2010, and then Battlefield 3 launched in November 2011, so it makes sense that the next Battlefield, Bad Company 3, I assume, would be released in March 2013, rather than this year, as everyone seems to think. So the DLC is probably as far as we're going to go. You know, it also, you know, there's been a lot of announcements regarding things like regarding gaming because of the GDC Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, including the Battlefield 3 DLC. You know, everyone already knows what that is, and I'll go into my own thoughts on that DLC in another commentary. I mean, I don't know why it's taking them so long. I thought that guy was coming around, but I failed. I don't know why it's taking them so long to come out with new content, but I don't know. I mean, maybe they've got some underlying things that they're not telling us about. But I think it's a bit odd that, you know, they haven't done a patch for a long time. They haven't done any DLC for since sort of December. So you know, I kind of expected them to come out with stuff a bit quicker than they are. But I mean, what can I do? No, nothing is the answer. So it's interesting, but I'm a bit disappointed. But that's the announcement. So, you know, just gotta move forward. Speaking of moving forward, I've got to talk about my channel in terms of moving forward, because I've got a lot of gameplay, but I don't know what you guys actually want to see. I've got some pretty good Battlefield 3 gameplay. I've got a couple of good sort of standard Battlefield 3 gameplays that are postable, and then I've got a really good 68 and 4 chopper and a little bit of beasting on foot at the end gameplay with CC, my usual pilot. We're going for 100 kills. I'm not really sure whether this is actually going to happen, but I think I might start a series, Road to 100 kills or some shit. But we'll see. I mean, I don't really know too much about what I'm going to do going forward. I've got a home front stored up. I've got one Medal of Honor gameplay left. I've got some Battlefield 3. I've got one more Uncharted 3 gameplay left. So let me know what you want to think, what you guys want to see in the comment section below, and share this video around, because you guys are the only way that I can grow this channel. It's a fact. So I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. Please like, subscribe. Take care, guys.